So this is our kitchen area. It's tiny, as you probably already noticed. But it works pretty well for us. As long as only one of us is in the kitchen. Two is too many. It's too crowded. But here we've got our Dinette stove. So it's nice for cooking, and it's nice when we can shut the lid here and have a little bit more space on the counter. Although usually we just have a little drying mat, which we don't use for dishes. It's actually just a little bed for Nutty. So there's that. But it works out well. We've got our sink over here. It's a tiny sink, but it works, does the job. David added in a little soap dispenser for us, and then over here he also added a filtered water spout. So we'll talk more about that filtered water system a little bit later, but it's nice to have. We went ahead and added in this little towel bar too, and put in a little holder for our dishcloth and things like that. It's the little things you don't think about. Over here we've got lots of spices, so we've got most of the spices we use up here, and we do have all of these spices as well, which is really fun. We like those, but I have to say, now that we've had them a while, they really get stuck. So I don't know if I would get them again, but they sure do look cute. Here's where we keep a nice little tray. Serving tray, and it's just on here with some magnets and a little Velcro. So it's nice where we can take this outside if we don't want to get the full table out and just put a couple things on it, or even put it on the bed. Lots of options. But it's nice, adds a little bit of warmth to the kitchen. I would consider this our pantry. We have most of our food in here, including the cat food, so that is why Nutty is looking so excited. But it's perfect. I think in the regular Northstar campers, this is just one big open cabinet, which maybe people use for clothing. I'm not sure. It wasn't so versatile, so David added in 2 shelves for us, here and here. And now we have lots more room. So we keep our induction cooktop down there on the bottom, and lots of things for baking and cooking, and lots of containers way back in there. So, I mean, it's this whole space here. Beneath the sink and stove, we have most of our other kitchen storage space. So the top 2 drawers pull out, and I will say they are both sort of junk drawers. We haven't done so good at keeping those organized. But down here, this is our largest section under the sink, and that's where we keep all of our pots and pans. We have a little Omnia oven, which we can use if we want to attempt some baking on our propane stove. And then we have a couple of little kitchen boxes here where we keep our dishes for cooking and eating. And also another box which houses all of our coffee supplies. So it's a tight fit, but it works out well, and we found these boxes on Amazon and they fit perfectly. Something else we added in to the camper, looking for a little more storage, was some space for our kitchen knives and a few different cooking utensils. So these have held up pretty well. I actually sewed them up before we left, and yeah, they needed a little bit of fixing to keep them sturdy, but it's working out. And both this cabinet and also this one, we've got a little section for canned goods. So it's not a very deep cabinet, but it's pretty perfect for that. And over here we have one more drawer, which just lets you put some taller things in there, but it's not very deep either. Here we have our 3-way Dinette fridge, which we do like quite a bit. It would be nice if we had a little bit more fridge space, but it does the trick. So you can see inside, it's definitely a mini fridge, but there's a good amount of room in there, and we pack it really tight, let me tell you. We've even got a little freezer space, so that's nice too. And it has a nice locking latch feature so that it won't pop open when we're driving, which is very important. Something else we've added that's been really helpful, even though it looks, I don't know, maybe kind of funny, is using some more clothespins. These are perfect for holding our towels, because that's something we hadn't really thought about when we moved in, was where are our kitchen towels going to go? So that way it keeps them off the ground and they don't fall when we're driving, and easy to stay more organized. This cabinet actually didn't come standard with the camper. David actually put it in before we took off. And it's been really nice. We just actually bought it at Lowe's, I think, and David added in a nice magnet to keep it closed when we're driving, which has never failed, so that's good. But it's nice to have a little bit extra storage for some of our food items. We also added in some bungee cord underneath here, so it's perfect storage for a lot of our kitchen towels and our hand towels. And we found these cute little, I don't know, what would you call these?
Baskets?
Baskets, shelves that we added in on the sides. Makes it feel a little bit homier too. So. What, Nanny? So here we've got our dinette, which, as you maybe have seen in other videos, our lagoon table has struggled a little bit because of the cats. Even though we've replaced the bushings, it's already pretty lopsided again, only after a couple of months. So something to consider if you have kitties in your camper. But otherwise, we really like it. It's nice to be able to swivel it around in different configurations, depending on how we're sitting or what we're doing. It's nice for dinner, of course. We can sit here and hang out, but it's nice to swing it out and put your feet up. There's plenty of room for that too. And sometimes David will work down here on the computer and I'll do some video editing up laying on the bed, so it's a nice workspace for that as well. And we've got this configuration too. So we've got an extra cushion here that we put down and an extra piece of plywood that slides right in, and then now I've got a couch. I suppose it would work as an extra bed, spare bedroom, if we ever needed to sleep with the top down. It was actually a selling point for us, thinking about our goal of getting to Patagonia, and that area is known for having very strong winds. But to be honest, with the cats, I can't really imagine us sleeping with the top down here. I think we'd be all a little bit cramped, but I guess it's good to have that option. But mostly we just like it, kind of feels a little bit more like a couch. So we can hang out down here, watch some TV, just kind of like spread out a little bit more. So it's a good option. So over here we've got our little bathroom stall. Open it up, and we've got our cassette toilet and a shower if we want to use it, although we don't so often. But here you've got a shower head and your hot and cold water. We do have a water heater, so that's nice. And up top, we can attach a shower curtain up here. So when we do shower, that works out well. And we've got a skylight up here, so that's good for David. He's a little bit taller, so he doesn't hit his head if he were to shower. But that lets in a lot of sun, so we try to block that out most of the time. It's been good though. We've added a few things to make it more versatile for us, since space is definitely at a premium in here. It's been nice to add in some little clothespins actually for hanging little towels, let them dry. We've got our little bathroom trash can in here. Keep our toothpaste, toothbrushes, all kinds of stuff. And then of course all our shower things just hang over here. So most of the time when we're out and about, if we're staying at a campground and they have a shower, we'll just go ahead and use that instead. We've tried to utilize every little nook and cranny we can, including the door to the bathroom. So we've got lots of different items stored in here, which has been helpful. We did add a little towel rack on here, so it's nice if we have rain jackets that are all wet or some towels, we can put them here so they don't get the rest of the floor wet. And then actually down at the bottom right here, we can lift this up, and we'd use that for when we're showering, because that's where the drain is. But the rest of the time, we actually just keep all of our cleaning products down in there. So that's a nice little storage area too. Down below that, we've got another drawer. That's actually where we keep most of the cat food. Some other odds and ends, but that goes all the way under the shower too, so that you could access anything with that system. And where do the kitties go to the bathroom, you might ask? Well, we have added in a litter box down here. So this is the whole drawer under this section of the dinette. So it's perfect. We've cut a little hole, and that's where the kitties use the litter box. The bulk of our storage is actually underneath the bed. It's really nice because it goes all the way back to the very front of the camper. So it's perfect for storing lots of our clothes and things we don't need all that often. We've actually got a little bit more storage here above the fridge. It's just a really shallow drawer, but it's perfect for keeping some of our bathroom items, and we've got a nice little mirror, so good to check yourself and see how your hair's looking. Sometimes a little crazy. The bed is really pretty comfortable. It's a nice memory foam mattress, and we actually have a full-size queen bed in here, which is really nice because I think a lot of campers don't quite have a full queen. We also really like this configuration because not only does it make the camper feel a little bit more open, but also if one of us needs to get up in the middle of the night, or if one of us gets up earlier than the other, we don't have to disturb each other. So that's a nice treat. I think a lot of campers have the bed turned side to side, so someone always has to be climbing over somebody else, and I don't think we'd like that very much. And up here we have even more storage, so these compartments lift up, and we have more clothing storage and lots of other things. So this goes the whole length of the bed, and it's about as deep as the mattress, so pretty good. David also added some extra outlets up here, so that's nice. We've got USB chargers, regular plugs, and on his side he even has a special USB-C port. I'm not special enough to have one of those. Am I?
No, you're not. Maybe one day.
All of our windows have this nice screen, so it's perfect when we're in nice, cool climates that we can go ahead and unzip and have the open air. It's really nice, especially to sleep to. But when we're not wanting the screens open, we can still have some sunshine, see outside by zipping everything up, and this way we can still see out, but we're fully enclosed. And these windows have a nice tint to them, so it provides some privacy during the day. You can't see inside from the outside, at least not very well. And it also keeps some of the sunlight out, so that's good. And when we're wanting everything fully closed up, like at nighttime, we'll go ahead and close this one too. And then it really stays pretty dark in here with that during the day even, so that's good. And it's also perfect for keeping the camper a little bit cooler when we've got the AC going, and also a little bit warmer when we have the heat on, because this type of canvas is known as Northstar's Arctic package, so it's got a little bit extra insulation in there, which is always good. Speaking of other things we did to add to the camper to kind of make it feel a little more homey, we went ahead and added some fairy lights all the way around the ceiling, and it's really nice, especially at night. It feels so cozy. Somehow we didn't add those in until, I don't know, maybe 5 months into our time in Mexico, believe it or not. So we had it with us, we just never put them up. But we're really happy with them. It adds such a nice vibe. And something else we've added is a TV mount above the bed. So that's also perfect for watching TV at night, and again makes it feel a little bit cozier. If you liked this video, let us know by liking and subscribing. And don't forget, you can see more of the journey on Instagram and TikTok. Cheers, friends!